This one event, this spontaneous gift, made up for everything bad that had happened in my previous 8 years on Earth. The bullies, the bedwetting, even the time I saw my grandmother naked were wiped away in a tidal wave of joy so impactful as to provide a layer of buffer against the next few years of trauma, which included my dad marrying a woman named Esmeralda. Though the 2600 was the first piece of technology I could call my own, there was a time when Dad's love of technology was a gift to us all. As a single father in the 1970s, my dad needed to be able to be reached at all times. This had as much to do with the single part as the father part, as my dad in his disco shirts and bell-bottom pants was very popular with the ladies. He carried with him at all times a Motorola beeper. It was about the size of a Snickers bar and the weight of a small baby.
We sipped on our cherry limeades as she simply said, "Your dad and I are getting a divorce." I pretended to be sad and my mom got super pissed. She was like, "Amber, come on, you don't like him." And then, I was like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I just see kids on TV cry when their parents get a divorce. I thought this is what I was supposed to be doing." She just shoved a tater tot in her mouth and rolled her eyes. So we moved into a small apartment across town while my lazy dad kept the house. My mom, being the very tough lady she is, refused to play a victim, and she got a job working at a gas station so she could figure out a way to buy the family restaurant, the Dewdrop Inn, for my dad. That's why he got the house, because she wanted the restaurant. She worked the register at that gas station until she was able to buy him out. She did it. She was now the proud owner of Dewdrop Inn, our 10-year-old family restaurant. And this happened just in time for my soon-to-be second dad, Mike, a charismatic fireman, to enter the picture. He swept my mom off her workaholic feet. She actually knew Mike in high school, and she said that she used to have a big crush on him, but he used to call her mean names, so she never talked to him because she was too busy crying. So she lived out her high school fantasy by dating this douchebag 20 years later.
I can't remember her name, but it was something like Tammy or Hortense, something like that. I don't know. She had a tall, rugged boyfriend whose name was something like Greg or Homer or something like that. And I let it leak that I was looking to get set up. And then Tammy froze, and she went, "Do you like concerts?" I quickly answered yes, even though the only concert I'd been to prior to this conversation was Rick Springfield's Working Class Dog Tour, during which, I might add, even though I was in the second-tier balcony, I knew that every time that big spotlight passed over me that Rick was looking at and singing directly to me. Because that was the power of Springfield in '79. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Thank you.
Second phase residents may have radios, no radios or TVs for first phase residents. It all seems very foreign, very cultish, very prison-like. After the examination, I am finally turned over to my impatient daddy, someone who shadows your every move for the first few days. You are his baby. In fact, everyone calls you baby. Not in the Sinatra kind of way, but in an infant kind of way. It's all very humiliating, but that's by design. My daddy is a 50-year-old Latin gangbanger named Lorenzo who did 21 years in prison for various infractions, one of them beating a man nearly to death with a pipe for refusing to pay his rent on some property Lorenzo owned. Lorenzo was a professional dope slinger. He also put in custom-made windows.
And what better time than the holidays than to give your children the gift of mixed messages. During one of Mom's most passive-aggressive displays of resentment, she took me to Chinatown and introduced me to the sinful pleasures of spare ribs at the tender age of 6. It was a Saturday. Oh, and not, yeah, and not just any Saturday. Oh no, it was Yom Kippur.
From all the Christmas babies in the world, you rock! Yeah! And I've certainly heard it could be worse. My mechanic and his sister's birthdays on December 25th. Although being Muslim made that not such a big deal. And then I heard about twins with a Christmas birthday, and okay, fine, I'll stop the whining. Because one year, my sisters couldn't get together on the actual Christmas day, so it was just me and my parents. I was single, and they said, tell you what, we're going to take this day, December 25th, the actual day, we're going to celebrate Christmas on the 26th. But on the 25th, we're going to do whatever you want to do. And of course, being a grown woman, what else would I say but, let's go to Disney World! Yeah!